My name's Gareth Williams. I'm the founder of YellowDog. This is Simon Ponsford. He's our CTO. We're building a world where people can do more, explore more, innovate more, unleashed from their limited computing power. So did you know that, according to Gartner, the average server utilization in an enterprise like a bank is only between 5 and 15%? They also say that 30% of all servers that are installed in data centers are turned on and then never used. And yet, in financial services, customers are telling us that they're finding it really hard to keep up with the demands placed on them by regulators, shareholders, and stakeholders. We understand that they want answers to questions now, not in 8 hours' time. We understand that you're all under increasing pressure to deliver results faster and faster than ever before. But your data is getting bigger. Your model's more complex, the regulatory requirements more stringent and onerous than ever before. YellowDog helps you deliver those answers faster than ever before. YellowDog enables you to accelerate those big batch processes, fast enough to turn overnight processing into minutes processing, and all without you having to spend an extra penny on additional hardware. Simon, should we show them what YellowDog can do?
Certainly. So I'm logged into YellowDog. This is the on-premise YellowDog console right in front of me. On the right-hand side, we can see my job history. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new job. This is going to be a Monte Carlo simulation. And what I'm going to do is just start that job with a single server to begin with. You'll see in the in the middle here, we've got time remaining. And this uses machine learning to look at the number of resources that we have available, in this case just one server, and how long it's going to take to complete that batch job.
So YellowDog allows you to securely harness that underutilized server power that already exists in your organization, and then use it for those big batch processes. And if that computer power isn't enough for the jobs at hand, then YellowDog can be configured by you to securely burst those workloads out to the cloud providers that you select. YellowDog is more flexible than virtualization. It's more reliable than high-performance computing clusters. It's less expensive than hyperconvergence, and we're naturally vendor agnostic. So Simon, we've got 4.5 minutes left. We need to speed things up.
OK, well, I'll add a couple more servers. You'll notice, more or less, as soon as I add a server, the data starts downloading to that node, and it starts processing and working on that job. That's because the YellowDog application is installed on each node, so it's ready to go. So there's no need to actually boot up machines. And really, what YellowDog can do is start making use of that latent available processing power straight away.
So you may have stress tests that run every night and need to finish before the markets open. Imagine if they never ran late and your traders were never left waiting ever again. Imagine that rather than running once a day, you could run them 12 times, 24 times in that same day. You may have teams all over the world that need access to information 24/7. Imagine if your traders in New York had up-to-date information minutes after London closed. You may have complex risk and financial models that you use to make decisions about strategy and tactics for the days and months ahead. Imagine that rather than running 15 scenarios, you could run 50, 500 scenarios all in the same time period. What improvements in decision-making, what improvements in performance could you achieve? And all this can be delivered without you having to spend tens of thousands of pounds on extra hardware or millions on extra data centers. And as well as the tens of millions of pounds you no longer need to spend on hardware you no longer need, the reduction in risk, the improvement in performance, the improvement in decision-making create a compelling business case. For example, just one global bank, the year one return on investing in YellowDog has been calculated at $90 million. Simon, I'm still really worried we're not going to finish in time.
OK, well, I'll add a bit more compute. So what YellowDog does is it intelligently segments the job and then sends it out across to the nodes. What it also does is it integrates with the majority of schedulers, so you can be up and running in your own organization very quickly.
We've built a great team at YellowDog. Jamie Donald, our head of sales, has worked at Earnix, MoneyHub, and Brightside, and has built a career solving complex problems with the latest technology for banks and insurance companies. Simon has been chief architect and CTO in SunGuard, Flexion, and Cloud Direct. He's filed over 30 patents, 9 of which so far have been granted. And I love building products that solve real problems. I've done that in Orange, in Experian, and in Reso, where we were a trusted supplier of the world's largest telcos.
OK, well, I better add a few more servers, I think. This is actually a live demonstration. So we're running across both Windows and Linux nodes at the moment. So I'll add a few more. And what we're able to do is take up the latent available processing power of each of those nodes. So we're not conflicting with any of the applications that are normally running on those machines.
We've been disrupting the media and entertainment industry for the last 3 years, helping artists to do more, to create more, to deliver against seemingly impossible deadlines. Today, animation studios and visual effects facilities all over the world rely on YellowDog to process business-critical, highly valuable, and sensitive data. We take this data, securely transfer it to our platform, send it to hundreds of thousands of cores to process it faster than ever before. These companies are global. They follow the sun. They're constantly having to do more with fewer resources and in less time. And yet, the amount of data processing they're needing to do is always increasing. Does that sound familiar? So, if you have ever experienced your shareholders or stakeholders asking you for information you simply cannot give them quickly enough, if you would like your people to do more, to explore more, to innovate more, to be unleashed from their limited computing power, then come and find us afterwards and book a slot. All we'll need is one scoping session to figure out a small, low-risk proof-of-value project that could end up saving you millions. Thank you very much.